is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
What are you talking about, man? Well, that's this week's show. Episode 99 is when we're finally going to get canceled.
0.1.
No.
99.1.
0.25.
0.2787612.
No, well, see, this is just, we're going to do what comic books do. Because you know how sometimes they do that? Like the half issue or something like that?
Well, that's because they're trying to get to like 750 for like a big old...
It's like at a certain time. So, well, we didn't want... Because... how our schedule will work out. This is episode 99, off panel, off topic, by the way. I'm Jake. That's
I'm Tyler.
I'm Tyler. Anyway, listen to it on Spotify. Today's show is number 99. So next week should be number 100. But next week we're going to be talking about The Flash, and that's mostly what we're going to be talking about. And I figure... I would rather want us to do something special for episode 100. And
we have some things planned.
Episode 100, it's going to be something.
It's shaping up to be as awesome as your PlayStation 5 is fucking weird looking.
It looks... Look, I enjoy my PS5 a lot.
I'm sure you do, but who designed it?
It looks like an internet router, doesn't it?
No, it looks just
you know what?
Stupid.
It sounds like someone's jealous.
Jealous.
Yeah, that should be a drop.
Well, you know how to get it out of the show.
Here you go. Bloop, blop, bloop, beep. So the Flash episode will be episode 99.5, which is not the first time. We've done a couple back in the day before we started doing more videos on YouTube and stuff. There's a couple episodes where I talk about Guardians of the Galaxy and Ghostbusters Afterlife, stuff like that. So it's not uncommon.
Yeah, it's not technically like the 100th
It will be something we've never done before. Episode 100 is going to be the start of a new era, a new dawn, a new day.
Really? You didn't tell me about any of this.
A new frontier.
Am I fired?
Yeah, well, okay. Cat's out of the bag.
Shit.
We're breaking up.
All right.
Show's over. Episode 100 will be our last.
All 6 of you will be crying yourselves.
Yes, the 5 downloads will be very upset. Anyway,
the people who support Nerdrotic and all them are just gonna have a fucking big party.
Yeah.
Cool. We don't have to go and watch these videos at the behest of our masters, because that's how they see
the algorithm. The
master. No, doesn't it seem like they just go like, "Hey, go fuck with these guys," and they're like, "Yes, master." Oh, like
their henchmen.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course they are.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so
this also it goes to say that episode 99 is going to be a little bit more relaxed because we're planning 100. We're going to have a bit.
I'm doing the show in the nude today.
Wow. We're going to be doing Flash next week, so this is going to be a little bit slower episode. I wanted to try some things out here.
I thought you said this week was the Flash episode, which is why I'm doing it in the nude. I'm sorry for everybody. I'm sorry.
How many times did I tell you? The Flash. I don't mean Flash me.
Oh!
Yeah.
So it's okay that I'm nude right now.
Cool. Well, yeah, because it's only audio, so we're fine.
Well, also, we're sitting at a table, so you can really only see me from, like, nipple down.
Wow.
Up. Nipple up.
Just talking through your wiener. All right.
Nipple down.
It's times like these I learned to start the show over. So, yeah, that's, I think, the most natural way to transition. But
are we doing the show again?
They're starting the show over right now.
Starting the show over.
Do you think we have to pay Foo Fighters because that was, a perfect parody of their song?
I think if Dave Grohl... I don't think Dave Grohl's that small, minded that he would be like, hey!
No.
You can't! I think Dave Grohl's a pretty cool dude.
I would love to. That is, if there was one person, one musician, I would love to pick their brand to be him.
Why do you think I want to be a rock star?
And
so I can hang out with Dave Grohl.
And you know what? Would really
not
because I watched.
That's not the
only. I recently watched the Foo Fighters documentary. I think it's called Back and Forth. It was for their Wasting Light album that was in like 2011.
Yeah.
A pretty solid album. But I was watching the documentary about it, and it was just so you could see how frustrated Dave was when he formed the Foo Fighters because they just kept wanting to talk about Kurt Cobain. And it's like, and now he's got this new album that's come out, and you have to think that he's going to get asked about Taylor, their last drummer. I can't remember his last name.
Taylor Hawkins.
Taylor Hawkins, yeah. And he loved him like a brother, so I can imagine. And like, I just really feel for that guy, and I'd love to just talk to him about just music because I think too many people talk to him about. I don't think they've done enough musically that they don't really talk about Kurt anymore.
I'd want to talk to him about Motorhead and Iron Maiden. Like, I would like to sit down with him and just chill and talk about bands that we like.
Until I watched that documentary, I didn't even know he was the drummer in fucking Queens of the Stone Age.
No, for one album.
That first album. But that
was third or fourth.
Oh, I thought it was the first. Oh.
No.
But either way, it was cool.
A band called Caius started in the 90s, and I loved them. And they pretty much started the stoner rock thing. And then they did like 4 or 5 albums. And early aughts, he broke off, the guitar player, and formed Queens of the Stone Age. He did 2 different albums with a guy by himself, and then with a guy from Screaming Trees, Mark Lanigan, who actually died recently. And then the third album he did was Songs for the Deaf. And Dave Grohl played on like 8 of the 16 tracks. He didn't play on every one.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember who else was on that album because they have their pictures. It's him and Dave Grohl but him and Dave Grohl and Josh Homme, Dave Grohl, and Trent Reznor have done a ton of shit. Like they jam a lot, which is like fuck. My
what else?
Favorite like
with a guy like those, like guys like that, I would just love to talk about music. Not even necessarily their music.
Oh no, I wouldn't want to talk to Dave. I mean, unless he wanted to, which I doubt. I would want to, like I said, I'd like to sit down and be like, "What's your favorite what's your favorite Iron Maiden album?" Mine has got to be probably Seventh Son of a Seventh Son.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "Yeah, you know what, man? Mine is, whatever." But
that being said,
Dave, you have a invitation to come on and talk with us on our podcast.
On our 5-listener podcast. No, just I think he just seems like a genuinely good dude, and he's somebody I'd love to talk to. And it's just frustrating that he's had those 2 tragedies in his career, and I feel like I hope, and I think it's a little different because I think this current Foo Fighters album is very much an album about Dave going through grief because he lost a guy he called a brother. And I think it's a little bit different now. I think Dave is maybe a little bit more open to talk about that stuff. But like I said at the beginning of he didn't want to talk about Kurt because he loved Kurt too, and
right, but he wants to talk about his Foo Fighters, and they're asking about like, how do you feel about Kurt being gone? Yeah, it's been like 5 years.
No, not that. No, that did happen. Yes, and that's one thing that was in the documentary and everything. But what I was just saying, like it shows you, I think, the level of growth of him as a person, as an artist, of being like he's being a little bit more open. Because those songs, like the new album, those songs are really very much about grief and dealing with losing someone. I really dig it, but that's not my long box. We got on a diatribe.
I had a
Foo
friend.
Fighters.
Well, no, just real quick. I had a friend back in Iowa City, and one thing I really hated about this friend, I loved him to death. But every time I brought up Foo Fighters, motherfucker would be like, fucking, they're never going to, fucking, he would compare them to Nirvana. And I'm like, you can't compare the 2 bands. They're completely separate bands. Just because one guy played in the same band, they're not even close.
Dave Grohl has played in like
Foo
5
Fighters
or 6
is
bands.
like, Foo Fighters is like, Dave loves playing in arenas and shit and loves all that shit. Kurt hated that shit.
Yeah.
He fucking hated it. He wanted to play in dive bars the rest of his life, okay? So, I mean, they're not even the same dude. Not even close. No. Anyway, I just wanted to say that. Oh, and before we move on to anything else, your Denver Nuggets are the NBA champions of 2023.
You don't even like basketball, dude.
What am I wearing right here? What am I wearing right here?
You're wearing nothing.
Oh, my God.
You're naked.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He's wearing nothing but these Denver Nuggets sweatpants on his wrists.
And I'll tell you what, they look terrible.
Is that it? You done?
The Nuggets are one.
Well, I am happy.
I'm never going to see another championship with any of my other teams. So let me have this.
Happy for the Nuggets because I always love to see it when franchises never won one. It's nice to see that happen.
Vikings.
I'm telling you are going to be on your deathbed, knocking on heaven's door.
Hi. Okay.
And they're gonna kick the field goal, win the game, win the Super Bowl, and then you're just gonna beep. That's it. That's how Tyler.
And then
goes
St.
out.
Peter's gonna be like, "How was it?" I'm like, "You couldn't let me have a beer after that, you fuck." Beep. And then I'm down in hell. I'm like, "Shit."
But they got beer. It's room temperature, but they got beer.
In heaven there is no beer. That's why we drink it here. That sucks. Why would you have heaven with no beer? What the fuck?
Wow. Anyway,
so,
back to the show.
Yeah.
Some things I wanted to talk about.
Get on that, heaven. All right.
Get on that, heaven.
Hey, St. Pete, do you need a card for a distributor or something? I mean, shit.
Couple things. I on my way back home, on my way here, before we recorded, I got a PS5. I've been playing through the Spider-Man game on my PS5 and really enjoying that. And I'm going to do, at some point, I'd like to do a video on it and just talk about it because I really dig it. And then I found out, because I had the PS4 version of Guardians of the Galaxy game that came out a couple years ago, that upgraded to my PS5. So I'm playing that on my PS5.
Wow.
I started it up, but there's one thing I love about it, and I love it when any medium does this, when they have something where they do like a multimedia idea. So Peter Quill in this game, in this continuity of just this game, he gets the name Star-Lord from a band in the 80s, like a hair metal band in the 80s. It's called Star-Lord.
Yes.
So that's where he comes up with the idea, and that's why when he wears his leather jacket, it says Star-Lord on the back because it's his band. They went to the level of actually producing like an album. Like, I think it's maybe 8 songs, but it shows that they show up throughout the game, right? But they actually like sat down and composed this music and made it like this cheesy like 80s cock rock. You know what I'm talking about?
You know why?
Hair metal shit.
You know what separates really good content and really good shows and stuff from shit or video games and shit?
Yeah.
It's the level of detail
Lore.
that you don't even know.
Yes.
Like, okay, like there's any number of levels of like, I mean, I've told you about my favorite show. Look, which one? Barry.
Yeah, I was gonna say The Wire.
There's a lot of different moments where the scene is between two people, and in the background of that scene is a whole bunch of shit going on. And you know that if you could walk into that TV screen and walk behind those two actors and walk into the background of the scene, you know that you could walk up to those guys wearing battle armor and with their weapons, and you could see, and they'd be like, yeah, these are authentic weapons. They really fire. This is real. You know what I mean? Like, that level of detail is why that show is so good, because when you put like detail, like what I'm talking about, my stuff in September with all the detail I want to put into it. Because that's going to make the thing so much cooler.
I think, yeah, and you can tell there's passion. When you're passionate about something and you do something creatively, you want to constantly keep building on it. Like, what I have found, yes, creatively, writing a narrative is fulfilling for me, but what I also really, really love is world building and having lore. So when a video game takes that idea of the Star-Lord band and then puts it on Spotify and you can listen to it and you're on Spotify.
You need to watch Metalocalypse.
I know, because Death Clock is a real band, but
dude, it's a fucking great show.
But
it's hilarious.
It's such a fun idea, and I had already beaten that game when it first came out, so I'm going to be playing through it again at some point. But I just kind of fired it up to see what it looked like because I was playing it on with like 60 frames and like nerdy spec stuff that you don't care about. But anyway, I was like, well, if it's a new console, I want it to run on the highest graphics it can and all that stuff. So I was just kind of messing around, and I just remembered why I enjoyed it, because I would say like the game, that this version of the Guardians is truer to the comics than the movie. Not to say I didn't like those movies. I think James Gunn's trilogy is great, but I think this is a little bit more in line with the comics. Like, they look more like their comic book characters, and but like there's just little things that I love about when a property and a license like that does something different, and it's like, yeah, we're gonna have this whole hair metal band, be on Spotify, and you can listen to it. Like, it's just cool that they made it tangible.
Yeah.
In the real world, and I don't know. I just love it. Like, I love it when there's that level of detail because it's passion. And in that Spider-Man game, there's a bunch of like backpacks that you're collecting throughout the game, and they're literally just world building. It's literally just little clues, and it's just giving you more backstory because this version of Peter Parker in Spider-Man, you're playing as an experience. Like, he's 23, so he's been Spider-Man for a while, and so that's how they put in like world building stuff. So I just love it. I just wanted to like talk about that a little bit of like just how I love that we live in this era where we're getting people that are really passionate about these licensed products getting a chance to work on them and make really cool. Like, that Spider-Man game is my favorite version of Spider-Man.
So Disney went the opposite way, and they're delaying shit.
No, we're not moving on from this topic. Yeah, they keep delaying shit. Good segue. I ruined it. I'm sorry.
What?
What?
I don't know if it was that good of a segue.
It was brilliant. Don't you sell yourself short.
Unlike the Spider-Man game that you are so passionate about.
I don't know if this is related to the strikes, and I think it might be, but they haven't said specifically.
Oh, no, the next 3 Avatar movies have been delayed?
Why do you,
I give a shit.
It's set up, dude. Come on. Fuck. Anyway, so yeah, Disney's been delaying some projects. So the next 3 Avatar movies, as I was so rudely interrupted by Tyler, they've been delayed. So Avatar 3, 4, and 5 are now scheduled to open in theaters December 19th, 2025, December 21st, 2029, and December 19th, 2031.
Joke's on them. The world's ending in 2030.
Yeah.
Stupid.
This is what I don't understand. Why? So... Is James Gunn, I don't remember, did he use this excuse for Way of Water, why it took so long is because he wanted the technology to catch up
Cameron.
What did I say, James Gunn?
Yes.
James Cameron, whatever. James Cameron, did he do that same excuse? Like, well, this is why it took so long to make Avatar, because I had this idea years ago, and the technology wasn't there yet. And then, like, he waits, 12 years before he releases the second movie, which I've yet to see. It's on Disney Plus now.
I know. It's on fucking HBO Max.
Yeah, it's on everything at
Which
this
is
point.
funny. No, but
maybe I'll watch it. But
here's the thing. Okay, so like Blondie, right? The band Blondie.
Yeah.
I cannot deny or discount the advances that they made in punk and rock and roll. Mm-hmm. They were the first real rock act with a female singer. They were the first they weren't mainstream at the time, but they were the first band to do rap, the first white band to rap.
Yeah.
I can't deny any of those things. That doesn't change the fact that I fucking hate Blondie's music. I can't stand.
Wow.
I will almost get out of a moving fucking car if Blondie comes on the stereo.
Tyler.
Yes.
Do you have a heart of glass?
Shut up, dude. Shut up.
It was gas.
The point that I'm trying to make is that I cannot deny or discount the advances and the impact that James Cameron has had on filmmaking over his career. I cannot, but that doesn't change the fact that I fucking do not give a shit about your fucking jerk off called Avatar. Okay?
Wow.
Listen, you want to jerk off on some film? That's great, James, but I don't need to watch it through a fucking reel-to-reel. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't need to stream it. Oh, what is that? It's a lot of celluloid covered in James Cameron jizz.
Wow.
That's weird.
Wow. We just talked about this before the show. We're going to not be so edgy, and then you're over there doing your thing. So needless to say, Tyler doesn't care. I'm kind of in the same boat.
I totally fucking forgot about that. Listen, I am who I am.
I make no apologies. You know what? I wouldn't have it any other way, pal. Buckle.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's restructure your contract.
Oh, speaking of, who we might be able to get. I'm working on it for 100.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty sweet.
I'm not gonna. I'm in the Baja, so I'm gonna call in. I'm not gonna come down there, up there, wherever we are. I don't know. I'm in the Baja.
I don't need to come up there.
I ain't got time to fly.
Jackasses.
You know something? I don't fly private anymore. 'Cause I hated it so much. It was like Alcatraz.
when they feel me, because I got metal in my body, because I don't know if you know this, but I was body slamming Hulk Hogan, and I blew out my knee. So now I got metal. Anyway, so he'll be
So
on
the live action Moana.
How do we even segue out of that? You got to do it. You got to. One of us has to get pulled out because I like to think of it as Ventura Quicksand, where
Well, the thing
hey,
is,
don't step in
the
that.
thing is you don't just do the voice. You do like the man. You're like,
yeah,
you
because
know,
you can't not.
If
do
you're not
that.
gonna wave your head like this, like you know what
The
you're
trick
talking-
is, whenever you talk,
Yeah.
it's your vocal cords
Yeah.
are straddling your clavicle
Yeah,
into your jaw. I learned how to. That's how you breathe
That's how you breathe.
underwater if you're a Navy SEAL.
That's how you develop gills. Is you go ahead and have that.
So I got something anyway.
Okay, let's do this. Live
I
action
don't care
Moana.
anymore. I'm just doing Ventura. My face hurts now. Not even joking. It hurts. But
Well, see, here's
can
the
we?
thing.
Okay,
There's only
time
one
out. You keep jumping, and I want to keep having a conversation.
about Avatar.
Yes.
Ugh. Okay.
No, fine. We're moving on.
No, I do.
We're talking about
I
Moana.
want to give you your
We're
chance
talking-
to talk about
talking-
Avatar because I don't care about Moana either.
Oh my God! Then why are you even doing the show? Why'd you even
No,
show up this week?
I was trying to
All
get
right.
to the Star Wars and the shit that I care about.
I don't care nothing about nothing.
Listen.
No,
for
I just
all-
wanted to make fun of this because
Yeah.
it's like this movie doesn't need to exist. I think the original Moana, the animated one, is a perfectly good movie,
Never
perfectly
seen it.
fine movie.
Those people who are waiting for it, like, okay, more power to you. I'm not trying to.
It's just The Rock is playing the hits because he fucked up with Black Adam.
Oh, is he
So-
playing himself? Or is
Yeah,
he-
he's
Oh.
playing fucking Maui, the god guy. Which is funny because he's kind of fat in the cartoon, and The Rock is The Rock. It's a little, but again, it just feels like he's going. But he went back to the Fast franchise after he said he wouldn't. They said that he lost money for the XFL, but I'm not surprised because usually businesses like that don't make money their first year.
Right.
But like, it's just, it's ridiculous.
I think he had a way more invested in the Black Adam thing
Yeah,
than,
man.
than people thought.
And that's why this delay is not surprising to me because it gets moved to June 27th, 2025. And it's not. Why we have to stop this trend Disney
Joke's
does.
on them. The world's ending next year.
You know what? We're part of the problem as a society because Little Mermaid is third at the box office last weekend, and that movie's still making money.
Have you seen the new Lego?
Even though we need
the Lego clamshell?
No.
The Little Mermaid? It's huge.
It's just I just wish Disney would stop doing live action remakes of their animated movies and just let them be animated. You know what I mean?
I've never seen any of the remakes or most of the animated movies.
I just get frustrated sometimes.
I think the last new animated Disney movie I watched, besides maybe Toy Story, was The Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Well, I'm just getting prepared because I have a niece and nephew that are younger age, so they like those kids' movies. So I see them, and I know my son's probably going to watch them in a few years. So I'm probably going to see more of those
Get
than you
used
are.
to Bluey.
But
Okay.
I love Bluey, man. That's a great show, fantastic show. I'm not even being ironic. It's a good show.
I'll fucking play that right on my...
I will do a Bluey podcast right now with my wife. I've seen every episode.
That's fantastic. Go for it.
I'll even
Do
do
you want
it.
me to just leave or what's up?
Yeah, get the fuck out. Talking about Bluey.
Get the fuck out.
We're talking about Bluey, dude. Grow up.
So,
Let me finish. No, I'm kidding. I'm done. Let's talk about the thing Tyler wants to talk about. Yeah, well, I do want to talk about this because I find it interesting.
so what Star Wars movie... Are they talking about a
So,
new trilogy? No,
they-
it's 20... Okay.
all of the like future because there was they had that
Did you see Mangold's thing about his movie and how it's going to basically be the 10 Commandments of the Force?
yeah, no, I'm thinking that might
Fuck yeah.
I'm thinking that might be one of the movies that's being delayed. I think
Sure.
that whatever Taika Waititi's supposed to be doing, and then I don't know what the other one would be. But I also saw a report that Andor is going to be the most expensive show that they produced for Star Wars stuff. But it is weird that we're going to be looking at 2026. At that point will be almost 7 years since a Star Wars movie was released in theaters. A new Star Wars movie. Isn't that fucking crazy? Because you would think at this point there'd be like 6 or 7.
1983 was the year that Return of the Jedi came out. And when did the Phantom Menace come out? 99 or
Yes.
okay. 16 years, dude.
Yeah.
And we didn't even think we were ever going to get a new one. So what the fuck are you all whining
no,
about?
I'm not whining. I'm just saying.
Can you believe we're going to go 3 years without a damn Star Wars
What?
movie?
No,
What kind of
that's
a world are we...
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying it's refreshing
Let me
and
tell you what it was like
surprising.
during the Great Depression.
Shut up, because this is the same company that has been doing all this stuff for the MCU, where there's 3 movies a year or 3 shows. It is kind of crazy to think all that content is just kind of focused on Disney Plus.
We had to pack up Dad's truck and leave Oklahoma. We traveled to California. All we could get were just bits and pieces of Star Wars stories. No movies. Maybe a novel.
We get
maybe
it.
a
We
video.
get it. We don't know how good we got it, okay? We get it.
Every once in a while, Kenner would be like, shit, we need some money.
You're doing the politicking again, mister.
What?
But I'm not trying. That's not the angle I'm coming at. I'm just saying that my angle is it is refreshing in a way, because it's like, wow, you guys. But at the same time, they still put out a lot of content. It's just been on Disney Plus.
When you look at the sequel trilogy, Solo, what was the other one? Rogue One, and that was it, right?
What?
For like the most recent movies.
Yeah, the most recent movies is sequel trilogy and Rogue One
And Solo.
Yes, Solo.
So
Rogue
those
One.
5 movies.
5 movies.
But yeah, you're right. For a
But
couple
from
of years
that-
there, we
but-
were getting one every year.
That is.
And they said at one point.
Disney but I just want to point out, Disney acquired the license in 2012.
Okay.
So from 2012 to 2019, we've only had 5 movies. But in that time, we've had The Mandalorian, we've had Star Wars Visions, we've had all, Bad Batch.
We've been spoiled with Star
Rebel,
Wars content.
bunch of content.
Which is why I get so mad when these fuckers are online going, it's terrible. You know what? Go watch the freaking holiday special over and over, you fuck.
Wow.
See how good that is. Huh? Art Carney is Chewbacca's grandpa.
Sir,
What?
stop yelling at James Cameron.
Listen, I just want you to know that this is an Arby's.
Every time you do that, I'm just going to be like, sir, stop yelling at James Cameron.
Fucking James Cameron, dude.
I don't know why you hate him.
I just...
I'm joking.
Wasn't he the one that was like, I don't need to stream. I
got
just have
fucking dreams.
Like, fuck you.
That's my best streaming services in my brain, and it's for free. When I come, I'll leave this terrestrial plane.
All over the celluloid.
I go into the astral realm like I'm Doctor Strange. And then finally, this one's interesting because I didn't even know this was a thing. The Fede Alvarez directed.
Who is that?
Fede Alvarez did the remake of Evil Dead. He also did Don't Breathe.
Oh, okay.
I
heard that.
Yeah.
about that.
So, yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing. So that got moved to August 16th, 2024. So, it's nice to see that Marvel, excuse me, that Disney is using the properties of Alien and Predator and seeing some value in them, because they did Prey last year. They're going to be doing this next year, so that's exciting. I wonder if it's going to do the same thing they did with Prey and maybe release it on Hulu.
Maybe.
Or if they are going to do theatrical. I don't know. But that one is the one that really caught my eye, because the Star Wars delays didn't surprise me. I think it's a good thing. Whether it's a video game or a movie, whatever, I feel like most of the time delays are good.
Sure.
Because that gives them more time to work it
Yeah, I
out
mean-
and figure things out. So, interesting changes coming at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, a good segue. So unfortunately,
Well,
we're recording on
I got
Wednesday.
this.
by
I
the
got
way.
this.
Well, I just wanted to give some preamble.
Well,
but-
I got the segue. So
Fine.
and sometimes Disney. I got nothing. One of the greatest Spider-Man artists of all time, like probably. I mean, he's second, really, only to Steve Ditko, who is a right-wing nut job. So we don't count him anymore. John
That's not
Romita
true.
Sr.
You can't take away what he did.
I will. I absolutely will. If you have read anything that he wrote or whatever, yeah, he can fuck right off. Oh, he's full on. Let's do a police state, and you fuck right off. John Romita Sr. Was a guy, and he had done some stuff with Marvel and everything, and Ditko left, and he thought, well, shoot, who am I gonna give this to? Whatever. And Romita was, an up and comer and everything. And hey, Stanley asked him, would you take over penciling on Spider-Man? And he was like, I don't know if he can live up to Ditko, man, because you're right. No matter who he is now, he defined the look of Spider-Man. He helped define the look of Doctor Strange.
He was
many other legendary comic book characters.
And Stan himself chose John Romita.
Yes. And John was not. He's like, I don't know, but because he didn't know if he could, do it or whatever. But he did, and he just what?
No, I was just listening to you, but I.
Well, I mean, when you have that legend, it was almost like taking over for Kirby, almost.
Yeah.
And so, but the thing is that he became, again, almost. I mean, it's so close, really. The only thing that Ditko has going for him is that he defined what Spider-Man, was, but Romita really took the meat of like the series. Mary Jane Watson's first appearance, the entire Gwen Stacy saga, all that shit, Green Goblin dying, the drug thing with Norman Osborn, that whole like saga in the middle in the 70s and shit. He was the Spider-Man artist.
Oh yeah, I mean, like when you think of some of the most iconic looks, and there's a few artists, but there's not. I don't want to take away from what Ditko did contribute to the character, but there are different styles. Like that's when these characters last as long as they have, you have those certain artists that give a distinct look. They're like what I remember a lot in the 90s was Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man, how he drew him. But when you think of that classic Spider-Man look, you usually think of Romita's designs. And
the big difference, too, is Ditko pretty much took him through high school. But when Romita was really, doing his heavy shit on Spider-Man, that was when they were kind of trying to grow him up a little bit. He was in college now. He was roommates with Norman Osborn. He was dating, I can't remember... or Norman was dating Gwen Stacy, and then he hooked up, and then Peter Parker and whatnot. That whole thing happened, but you've seen the iconic photo of Spider-Man and Mary Jane's wedding.
Yeah,
John Romita.
Yeah.
And I mean, you can't talk about Spider-Man without talking about John Romita Sr. You almost can't talk about Marvel.
Yeah,
without talking about John Romita Sr.
Especially because.
He did so much more. Than
he was the
just
art.
Spider-Man.
He was the art director for like a good portion of the 70s and 80s. So,
and he
again, when you think of like for me, when you think of Marvel, I think of Stan Lee and I think of John Romita. I think those were the two guys because those. I mean,
and
they're the guys that built.
So my brother and I are growing up, and we're in the 80s, and the X-Men is probably the most popular book in comics. It has been since the 70s, I mean, X-Men dominated the fucking 80s.
Claremont
and a host of artists. There was Paul Allen. No, not Paul Allen.
He gets killed in American Psycho. Paul Allen does.
It's great.
It's Jared Leto. I'm sorry.
No, God, I can't remember. Paul Smith was one of the artists. John Byrne was one of the big ones. But the biggest one that I remember when I was reading every month was John Romita Jr. And he had such a distinctive style, and he's now penciling Spider-Man again, the Zeb Wells run, which is interesting because it's really cool to see him back on the book because he did Spider-Man like in the 90s or in the aughts, I think. He didn't do it at all in the 90s, or like he didn't for a long time did not do Spider-Man. Yeah. But he did do one of my favorite runs of John Romita Jr. And again, that's just because I know him more as a contemporary artist because I grew up with his stuff. I've read obviously the Romita Sr. stuff, so I know about it. But the stuff that really was seminal to me was the stuff that I read month to month when I was, 8, 9, 10 years old. And every month I see this splash page with Romita Jr.'s stuff. And I've never seen, you can see bits of Senior in Junior's drawings, but not a lot. Like Junior's got his own style, and I've met him a couple times. He actually lived in Iowa City for a little while, and I met him a couple times at a comic book store down there, and he sketched a Spider-Man on a brown paper bag and signed it. I don't have that anymore, but I do have an issue of Iron Man that John Byrne wrote, and that was during the Mandarin's reimagining in the 90s. And that was also, Byrne was sick of the, he said this, he was like, I wanted to bring on Romita Jr. because I said, hey, let's make the Iron Man armor look more like a fucking tank. No, seriously, because he was like, he was sick of the whole, like, before he had gauntlets, a helmet, a breastplate, and like boots. And everything else was this chainmail shit that he electrified and then hardened around him, right? Okay. So nothing like the movies. That's the way it was. Nothing like the movies, right?
Nothing.
But do you imagine how stupid that sounds?
Yes.
So it's like it's paper thin fucking metal. Okay, Iron Man, right? Oh, how do you survive in space? You know. And John Byrne came along. And he's like, dude, if I'm going to take over, you know, Marvel wants me to do Iron Man, that's fine. But I'm going to bring on John Romita Jr. because I know he can draw Iron Man the way I want him, which is a fucking suit of armor.
Yeah.
He's wearing a fucking suit of armor. He's none of that fucking electrified chainmail shit no more. No, he's a fucking suit of armor. And he changed the Mandarin. Before, all of his rings looked like fucking Pez dispensers, dude. He changed them. He told, or Romita Jr. did, and he made them into actual like fucking alien rings and shit. And they actually made the Mandarin respectfully and truly Chinese. They did away with all the Fu Manchu bullshit, and they made him like a part of like, you know, Red China, you know, modern times and shit. One of the best Iron Man runs ever, and nobody knows about it because it was just, I don't know if it didn't sell that well or what. But one of the best runs of Iron Man. Again, I can't. Obviously, it's a huge blow. I am done proselytizing about the Romitas, Jake.
Well, I also forget that.
But I those guys, I grew up with them, and they're always going to be a part of my life. And it's sad to see that he's not around anymore. And I you know.
Also, I forget about how he. I also think of him when I think of him. I think of Daredevil. Because he did, before he did Spider-Man, he did Daredevil. Senior.
Oh, yeah. But Junior did, see, after he did X-Men, he jumped on with Miller, Frank Miller, no, it was Ann Nesenti and Daredevil, and that was like Typhoid Mary. Yeah. That was her first appearance. That was really good, too, yeah. But yeah, Senior, that's fucking right. I forgot Senior did Daredevil too, yeah.
First, yeah. Captain America, he did a lot of that, too. But yeah, I think most people think of his work with Spider-Man.
You can't almost mention Romita Sr. without Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You can't almost mention Spider-Man without Romita Sr., for that matter.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and the same could be said about his son, which, again, like, what a legacy to leave behind. Not only did you make such an imprint on these, for a lot of people, very important characters. I think, and then to have that your son do that and excel and be a great artist in his own right, and
yeah, he's legendary himself.
Yeah, it's crazy, and what a legacy that John Romita Sr. is going to leave.
Yeah.
It's, it sucks. We've lost some legends. We lost Stan. We've lost.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again, and it stinks, but especially now with the proliferation of social media, and you know how much all of these like minor, you know, actors and things, not what we're talking about, but how much all these minor actors from like a movie you liked when you were a kid, how many of these people do we know now because they got Twitter accounts? And we're, you know, I read somewhere like somebody of my generation, like all of our heroes are dying all of a sudden. It's like, no, we're getting older.
Yeah.
And they were like in their 20s when we were like teenagers.
Well, and another one that I was going to say when George Perez passed too. It's like him and Stan Lee and John Romita. It's like it is. We're getting to this age where like we're getting so much older, and like because Stan Lee was an old dude when I was a kid.
Yeah, he was like in his 60s when I was when I was 7. So
I'm watching him and tying it back to that. I think it's like it's such a cool thought to think that those guys are still immortalized.
Oh, yeah.
And what they did for those characters and how, like I said, the impact that they have.
It's forever, man.
Yeah. And I think that's why humans create art, because art can live on and can be our expression
If I died tomorrow, okay, my music would be there forever. Well, not forever, but you know what I mean? Like, it would still be there.
Right.
And there'd still be a way for my voice to be heard, even though I've passed on. And that's really fucking powerful. And it's not why I make it.
It's beautiful, though. That's
kind of.
It's beautiful because it's very human, and it's uniquely human.
I just want to be heard, you know? So it's nice to know that after I go...
Speaking of being heard...
Oh.
It's the box office. New segment. Box office. Battle.
Turn on the microphone.
It sounded like you
asshole.
vomited. It's a new segment, and by new segment,
Royale with cheese.
we're just doing it this week, and that's
I
it.
didn't go to Burger King.
This is McDonald's.
Pulp Fiction.
You turd.
No.
You turd. You know what I like to call people
What
when
do
I'm
they
mad
call
at
the
'em?
Whopper? I didn't go to
Turd burglar.
That's a good one.
Speaking of turd burglars, the Transformers Rise of the Beast turd burglared the box office.
The Transformers burgled some turds this week at the box office.
Not the box office. Not the box. So anyway, what I want to talk about first off,
The tune of 190 million burgled turds.
I want to talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse again because this movie did a lot better than anticipated. So it's pulled in $226 million in North America and $390 million globally, which makes it Sony's highest-grossing animated release in history. The original Into the Spider-Verse only reached 190 in North America and 384 million globally, which is awesome. I love seeing
more of that.
Really good movies do well at the box office, so we'll get more.
When you love a movie and it's really popular too,
yeah. Well, and that again,
that's good because that creator and those actors and those writers and all that stuff, they're going to get more work.
It reinforces what worked so well for that first movie, and it reinforces. Yeah, these animation, like these big budget animated movies are going to be better if they're not tied to the art styles that we have in live action.
Or if they're constrained by budget.
Use what you have with animation. And yes, animation is hard to make, and it's a lot of thoroughly planning out and figuring things out to do it, but look what happens when it's done well. You're like I think that's awesome that it's exceeding the first movie. And again, it so gives more credence to be creative.
Lord of Miller, like they started with what, basically 21 Jump Street? Is that the first thing they did? Basically,
that's the first like big
thing.
Yeah,
but I mean,
which was really good, and the second one is great
I'm sure
too.
they had a pretty decent budget for both. And the bottom line is that studios are figuring out that if you guys, if you don't try to put any real constraints on these guys, like, hey, you can only spend this much money or whatever. If you just say, hey, whatever you guys want to do, they're going to pump out some really excellent shit. And it's great that they're not, beholden to, I'm glad that they don't have to like sit there and be like, can we have another 10 million?
For
like,
instance,
fuck that
movie did so well that they were allotted more creativity with it. And that Spider Society scene in that movie took 4 years to make. 4 years to get that done and do that. Yeah. And that's a good thing. Yeah. I'm really happy about that. And the fact that it's beating out its first movie. And look, I hate to pat Sony on the back because they're still making that stupid fucking Craven movie and a Madam Web movie,
and El Muerto. The fuck.
But when Spider-Man is in their movies, when it's Spider-Man in them the last few years, Sony has been nailing it. Like, and that's across the board. That's, with the Spider-Verse movies, that's with the Holland movies, that's with the video games. Like, they're just killing it with that. Mm-hmm. And it's a good thing. It reinforces it. And you know what? I think what they were doing with the Spider-Verse stuff, it was really like, look, we technically have access to all of the Spider people. So would you want to see a Scarlet Spider movie or a TV show? Would you want to see this? And
I'm just so angsty.
But I'm also worried about that because then they could also do like oversaturation of spider
Right,
stuff, but
right. But
it's still at the end of the day,
you give me a Spider-Verse trilogy and I'm good.
at the end of the day, I love Spider-Man, and so whenever Spider-Man does good,
He's okay.
I'm excited. Does well, does good.
I could-
Spider-Man swing. All right,
I
so
could
but
take him or leave him.
as good as Across the Spider-Verse is
Just
doing,
zooming right past that, huh?
ding ding, the battle royale continues because as good as Across the
corner. Did you notice that also you can hear? Did you notice also that you can hear that you could hear yourself slapping the table in frustration over
Listen to
me talking
me.
again?
Listen to what I have to say.
Fine, you're talking again.
All right.
Could have made a fucking song. Too
Across
late
the
now.
Spider-Verse was thwarted by Optimus Prime.
Son of a bitch.
Ding ding in the battle royale because they beat Spider-Man this weekend, making $60 million domestically for Rise of the Beast,
Interesting.
which is better than what they expected. This movie outperformed their expectations, and it made this was crazy. Made $170 million globally. I think that full on $110 million is from China.
Yeah.
Like China fucking loves the Transformers movies. They always have. They've always performed well in China.
Well,
But no, that's a good thing because I've heard really good things about this Transformers movie, and I'm glad that we are going in a new era. It started with Bumblebee. I'm glad we're going in a new era of the Transformers live action movies that we're just gonna leave. But it's similar to what DC is gonna be doing. We're leaving behind the Michael Bay era. We're on a new frontier.
thank God.
So then, that brings me to the other
Ding,
question. Ding ding, new challenger. The Flash. Warner.
Challenger.
So Warner's hoping The Flash can take the box office this week and make about $155 million opening, roughly 70 to 75 million
I
domestic.
think I could do that.
You think so? See, I don't know.
I don't know
I-
how that. I don't.
'Cause
These numbers are abstract to me. I'm never gonna have this much money. So whenever you say oh, I don't know. Sure, fuck. I don't know how they even calculate that shit. Anyway,
This is why Box Office Battle Royale is never happening again. Because the low level of enthusiasm.
what? What are you talking about? You should just let it play for a while. Well, it's gone now. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
So dumb. But anyway, see, I don't know because it's going to be a real interesting walk the walk moment because I feel like the people that have been talking about Ezra and complaining about Ezra, if you don't want to see this movie because of Ezra Miller, that's fine. That is your choice. I don't see a problem with it.
I wish they would have refilmed it with an actor who was better than Ezra.
Oh, you just crashed somebody's car. Good job. Hope you have insurance.
Hey, you know what? It's not my fault that we have a crash your car moment every week on this show. It's your fault for driving around and listening to our show.
Yes, it's always the listener's fault. But it is. And look,
That's how Republicans think.
I am someone that is not happy that Ezra Miller's in this movie, but I'm still gonna go see it, and I'm still probably going to enjoy it.
You know why? Because I was watching Mr. Mom the other day, and Michael Keaton has had a career that spanned decades, and I'm so happy.
We live
for
in a
him.
capitalistic world, and
I love that Michael Keaton is still kicking ass.
there's no I'm sorry, but you can't keep playing moral high ground stuff with capitalism. You can't because every corporation fucking sucks. So you could be like, oh, I really like this Marvel movie or this Disney movie. It's like, well, do you? Because they're a shitty fucking company, and it's like, yes, rightfully so. But I like that movie. I'm not. I don't like playing that game.
We've talked about this before, where I don't like that Disney owns Fox. I don't like that as a human being and as somebody who understands
trade violations.
And as somebody who understands global economy,
yes.
I don't like that. However, well, you fucked it up with your laugh, didn't you?
Do it again.
Anyway,
Now they've definitely
people
turned
have
off
turned
the
it
show.
no, but when it comes down to it, man, like I mean, Spider-Man in the MCU, like shit like that, right?
That's creepy. I don't know if I like.
Why do you keep making me do it? It's your fault.
Yeah, this is why we can't do Box Office Battle Royale, because we'll just keep making.
But no, I mean seriously, like we've talked about this, how again as a form of that's bad that it's happening, because I mean, what happens when one corporation owns everything? Then they control everything. They control everything that comes out. They control news. That's bad.
And you know what else?
That's a bad idea.
You know what frustrates me? Because we're recording this on Wednesday. The premiere was on Tuesday.
Of Flash?
The Flash, yes. And Ezra was on the red carpet, and I'm like,
seriously?
This is what's fucked up. That is clearly signaling to people, if you're rich and white, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Now we know it. It's just a little annoying when it's rubbed in our face. It's fucking bullshit.
Can I just say this too?
Because if those are, I don't know
if they are truly if they are truly sorry for their actions,
and they've been proven in court that they aren't, I don't know.
If they are truly sorry for what they did, and they're truly looking to make reparations for what they did, they would have said, "I don't deserve to be at that premiere. I need to earn that because I fucked up bad." But instead of going, yeah, but wouldn't people argue? Well, isn't that what he did with they did with their punishment with Warner, where they didn't do much press or interviews or anything about that? Like, somebody would probably argue you protect him from tough questions.
Somebody would say
that's punishment, Warner Brothers. Man, I would love to be. You know what? I would love to work at a job where I never get asked any tough questions, and it's called punishment.
And have no accountability for what I do. And then that's called punishment.
I want a job where I'm 10 minutes late and nobody comes up to me and says, "Why were you 10 minutes late?" And they call that punishment. Nobody ever says, "Why are you leaving an hour early?" Nobody ever sits me down in their office and let's talk about your attendance. Nobody ever does that, and they call it punishment. Fuck yes, I'll take that job. I will take that job in a heartbeat. What do you mean you've taken 17 bathroom breaks in the last hour? What?
Oh, damn it. Do it again.
What do you mean you've taken 17 bathroom breaks today? Because in an hour is a lot.
And you're like, I don't know, man. Every time I wipe, it's like...
stay.
I'll eat your ass.
You just need to stay in the bathroom. If you're taking 17 every hour, just stay there the whole hour. You clearly got some shit that needs to come out.
You kick open the stall and you say,
"I'll drink your blood."
And then you say,
"You are nothing but garbage, yeah. Nothing but garbage, Gaina."
So we've stopped doing the show and we're just...
It's all drops now.
Okay.
Brilliant!
And the listener's like,
I got what I paid for.
It's free. That's what you get.
I mean, yep. Well, what do you want?
Tyler. He's Tyler. Let's wrap it up with It's a long box. Can we make that the official sounder? So we haven't done one in a while. It's been a hot minute.
So
Since we've done one of these.
can I ask you a favor?
Sure.
Because
I got a twofer.
I know. So I've not seen Renfield. So obviously I want to give you the big old
big old flopping
carpet
way
to do your Renfield thing because I haven't seen it and I want you to But can we talk about Air together? I didn't know you watched that.
Oh yeah, I watched it this weekend.
So do Renfield.
Do you have Peacock?
Yeah.
Watch Renfield, and then we'll come back and watch. We could do a too late review of Renfield if we want, because I do want to talk about Renfield. Maybe we'll squeeze that into episode 100.
See, I don't think I'm going to watch Renfield.
Okay, well, here's
so
what
that's what I was thinking. You could do Renfield.
Here's what I'll say about Renfield.
Yeah.
A couple things that I really liked about it. One. It is a fast and lean 90 minutes, man. Fucking in and out, bloody, gory, nasty time, and I love it. So, first off, the movie does a great idea of like, here's the premise. We get a pretty good actor, Nicholas Hoult, and we get Nicolas Cage to be Nicolas Cage and just munch all over this scenery. And but he does it in such a way where it's always funny because it really is. This isn't. That's not how I want to phrase that.
Okay.
No, it's just it's a little funny to think like it sells in the trailer. It does do this in the movie where it pitches the idea of Renfield being in a toxic relationship with Dracula because Dracula uses him and treats him like shit. So when he goes to these support groups for codependency and stuff, it's funny because it executes on its premise, and it is so good. And I think Cooper. Dude, come on, dude. Hey, come on. He. Sorry, my dog was just licking the shit out of Tyler's elbow.
You said elbow, right?
Yeah. What'd you think I was doing?
Dude, I got hair all over my hands and my awesome Nuggets wristbands.
Anyway, any Hoosiers.
Damn it! Okay.
It is funny because it's so effective that when you root for Renfield, like Nicolas Cage is really good at being a dickhead Dracula, and I think we've romanticized Dracula a little bit, so it's kind of nice to see Dracula be a shithead again, and he kills it, so that's awesome. But anyway, let's talk about Air.
Are you sure?
Which is
That's all you want to talk about?
well,
Renfield?
I would like to talk more about it, but if you haven't seen it, like, and I don't know if you're gonna see it,
I'm not okay.
I would say watch it just for the fucking.
I can.
Just for the gore. And the fact that it's 90 minutes, like
that sounds good to me.
It's
Here's
wildly
the issue I have. I love that Nick Cage is having like this renaissance of whatever it is, but I haven't seen that unbearable weightness.
It's so good.
I know I want to, but I'm also like, do I really? I kind of like Nick Cage the way I remember him. Raising Arizona.
You don't like the self-aware
Raising Arizona.
Nick Cage? Whatever.
Raising Arizona is the best Nick Cage.
I don't know.
We're gonna go into town and have
There's
ourselves
a part
couple
where
Coca-Colas.
Renfield rips off a man's arm and
Okay.
takes that said stub and throws it through another man, and the man explodes.
Okay.
It's ridiculously.
What does that
gory.
have to do with Nick Cage's acting?
Nothing, but I'm
Well,
saying that. I'm saying it's in the movie.
So
Fine, let's fucking do what Tyler wants to do.
What
That's what episode number 99 is. Do everything Tyler wants to do. Let's talk about Air. Air, you breathe it. End of the movie.
end of fucking review.
So yeah, this is we had a too late review. Well, we should call it catching it on streaming or something. Crossing streams.
Crossing stream. catching it downstream. Downstream from the urinators.
It's the downstream upload hour.
How come the people down the stream all have yellow clothes? That's because they're downstream, son. They wash their clothes in the river. We pee in the river. What?
No, keep going. You got it.
No, it's it.
Air. Let's talk about.
So we
Air.
talked about. So I remember.
Give those people air.
Get those people Air Cohagen. So we
Give those people Air Jordans.
Jordans. So okay. What movie was it that we saw where we saw the Air trailer before the movie, and I just looked at you and I'm like, give me a fucking break.
I think it was.
It wasn't Guardians. It was the one before. Was it Wakanda?
No, maybe.
Maybe.
Could have been Quantum. I think it was Quantum Mania.
Okay, but it was before one of those movies, and I just
Hey.
literally turned to Jake and I'm like, give me a fucking break. And here's why.
Oh, it's a dad movie through and through.
I liked it, Matt Damon, and and you know what? I'm gonna watch that when I get back home because it's a good movie. It is.
Good Will Hunting.
No, Air.
No,
No, I mean, I
it's the
It's a movie I could
it's a
watch again.
Spiritual success. No, I'm kidding. Both good movies.
you like them apples? From
You know what I did?
Jay and Silent Bob through Hollywood.
I got out of that town,
Strike Back.
and now I'm doing shoes.
So
Hey, Cooper, knock it off.
So we saw this movie, and I like Matt Damon. I like Ben Affleck. I like them both. I you've heard me before defend Batfleck. You've heard me before, look, I've defended him because he doesn't deserve to get all the shit that he does.
No, he doesn't.
And neither does Matt Damon. They're both very talented actors and writers. They wrote Good Will Hunting, okay? Ben Affleck now is a really good director. He's directed some
The Town,
fucking
Fargo.
Grammy, Oscar nominated, Grammy, whatever. No, that's his wife J-Lo. Okay, but but we saw
his
this,
wife,
and there's a part in the trailer where like they have this wink at the audience moment between him and Matt Damon.
I'm not sold on it.
Right, and I'm like, shut up, just shut up. Like the
Oh,
wink.
they do that in the beginning with "Just Do It." Yeah,
But the story of
Yeah,
where
that's
it
funny.
came from is great.
well, that's the thing I really enjoyed about this movie.
Right.
I think the dialogue was really well done.
You forget at a certain moment early on in the movie that it's Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. You forget it.
Yeah.
And that is what makes this movie so successful because the trailer, honestly.
I'm sorry.
No.
So what you're saying was too tongue-in-cheek in the trailer for you?
Well, there's that moment where they're like, who do you want to
Michael
get? Or the not sold on it. I'm not sold
Yeah,
on
no,
it.
it's all on the Just Do It.
Right.
It's like, oh, get it because we know.
But you know who the secret star of that movie is?
Jake.
The
Wood.
guy who makes the shoe.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Is it funny?
Isn't he the best guy? I mean, he's kind of played for laughs at first, but then throughout the movie you start realizing like this is the reason why Nike signed Michael Jordan because of this guy.
The Michael's agent was great too.
Yes.
And he goes on the whole
He was
rant
in,
about skull fucking the guy.
He was in that Mindy Kaling show.
Yeah,
He was also the bad guy. He was Zax in Got the Sirens of something Harley Quinn. The
animated show.
No, the fucking movie. I don't remember the whole
Birds
title.
of Prey. Birds of Prey.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or the Emancipation of.
No, yeah, but they gave up on it's a stupid title. They just called it Birds of Prey Harley Quinn. Like they literally changed it.
Because it is stupid.
Yeah, but he's really good at being like a douchebag character, so he was perfectly
He's
cast.
really, really good. And then I did not know, but what a fucking brilliant way to be like, dude, this is how we're going to make it this way, and then we're gonna take care of all these other. I don't want to spoil the movie.
Spoil the movie? They signed Michael Jordan.
No, the fucking colors on the shoe.
I don't think that's a spoiler.
Okay,
That
well,
it's
okay,
the
so-
Chicago colors.
Well, no, they at the time the NBA had a strict rules,
yeah.
and they said, you know what, more red. And then the other guy's like, what? And he's like, we'll pay the fucking fines. And it's like
Yeah.
that's brilliant.
Brilliant!
Where's Paul Giamatti when you need him?
Fucking Paul Giamatti. How come he's not in this movie?
I got what I paid for.
I guess.
Yeah, no, it is there is a little bit of a disconnect because it is with all of these like historical movies because you know what happens, right? So you know ultimately what happens, but I think the journey to it is what's interesting, and I always find it fun when they do stories of like the behind the scenes of how this big thing came to be. And of course it's dramatized, right?
Of course.
But it is cool to see this story. And I don't feel like we get enough of these like the business side of sports. And it reminds me a lot of when Moneyball came out, where
That's a great fucking movie.
and when they talk about how they use statistics and things like that of like, how they got where they did in that time frame. And again, that's another example of something that's historical, but when it's done right and it's done well, you kind of get lost in that. Like Matt Dave, everybody, this whole cast I think does great.
Everybody, Bateman, Damon, Affleck, the guy. I don't know the names of the guy who plays or does the shoes. I don't know his name.
I like the needle drops. I think the soundtrack's good.
It's a great soundtrack. I thought it was actually really well done. Like, at first I was kind of like, oh, Ben. But then I realized, like, whenever his character comes on screen and he's like the big dog at Nike,
he makes fun of himself.
It's self-deprecating.
Yeah, it's great.
And,
He's super awkward and funny
yes,
in every scene.
Yes,
Like,
yes. So that's another reason why I liked it, because I do like Ben.
and
He's
he's
good.
when they're in the board meetings, I think I'll be remembered for stuff, the things I do. I think, or like, yeah, when they're talking to
When he
Michael
comes in
and they plan out that whole thing of like, you're gonna fucking barge in and make a big deal,
Yeah.
and he is
Just
so
fucks
bad.
it up so bad.
I was busy, and I just want you to know that's how important.
That was not as important as this.
I needed to be
is
here.
why I'm here.
Yeah,
But I was a little late. Okay, you got this? Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, there's a moment
I'm
where
not always late.
there's a right. There's a moment where you don't where it's not it's still on the fence that he's going to sign with Nike. It's still on the fence, and there's a thing that is being said to close the deal. Something needs to be done to close the deal. I don't want to spoil the fucking movie.
Why? Just it happened.
I know that, but if somebody doesn't see it, if they shut up, there's something that needs to be done to close the deal with Nike. And Matt Damon's character is like, I don't think we can do that. And you're like, okay, I know that he signs with Nike because we know history.
Yeah.
But there's a moment when you're like, shit, does he? That's why it's a good movie. Because I know what's going to happen. The reason why Revenge of the Sith is a really good movie, because I know that in the end he's going to be Darth Vader. But it was a good way, like I loved watching him become Darth Vader. Does that make sense? Yeah. And the same thing with this movie. I know that he's going to sign with Nike.
A good story is all about the journey.
Exactly. I know he's going to sign with Nike, but again, during that moment when he goes to Ben Affleck and says, hey, this is what we got to do. I'm sorry, I tried. And he goes, fuck it, let's do it anyway.
Yeah.
There's a moment, isn't there, for you? Even though you know what's going to happen, you're like, shit, I don't know. And that's why it's obviously No, I'm saying there's a part of you that's like, whoa, No,
it didn't fool me at all. No, joking. No, I did find that interesting because that is what led to the fact that Michael Jordan, as I said in the movie, he's making $400 million just on his name.
Yeah.
And I think that when they have this speech, and it's like what we're talking about even earlier in this podcast when I was talking about Romita, where there's a moment where Matt Damon's pretty much saying, like, nobody in this room is going to be remembered but you.
Yep.
Your legacy will live forever.
Yep.
No one's going to take that away from you. And, like, of course that's going to appeal to a kid just out of fucking high school, a rookie in the NBA. Of course a kid is going to sign with that. And now, I don't know. Excuse me, by the way, I'm clearing my throat on the mic.
We're both very snotty.
I don't know if how much embellishment is done in this movie with how people talk to Michael. Like Michael, like I wasn't around in this time, but did people always think that Michael Jordan was the greatest fucking thing in the world?
No.
I feel like we have the history of the context of. Because I think that is said to a lot of draft picks, early draft picks, first round draft picks in any sport, but I wasn't around, so I want to know if there was really this like Michael Jordan is the greatest.
Here's what you need to remember.
Before he won all his trophies.
You need to remember all those meetings that they have about who they can get in the beginning of the movie. And they're looking at all these guys at the bottom because they know they can't get these guys. Now they're talking about 3 guys: Jordan, Bowie, and Houston. Sam Houston, I think. No, there's 3 guys. 3 players.
I know, but
why are you fucking laughing?
Because I'm thinking of Sam Houston, the American Revolution.
Fucking hate you.
Do you not think of the Alamo when you think of Sam Houston?
No.
Well, you didn't remember it. The Alamo?
Deep in the heart of Texas. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Pee-wee. Shh. I'm trying to listen to reason.
Wow.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
Thanks. My favorite part from that movie, when he's arguing with Pee-wee, and he's just like
Air. We're talking about
stops.
Air.
Oh, okay. So
we're talking about Pee-wee now.
No, but they're talking about 3 different guys, and they're talking about these are the 3 top picks in this year's draft. They're not talking about Jordan like he's the greatest thing or they ever, or the other 2 guys.
I know,
they're talking about Jordan because he's the only one that they think that they can get. And he's a top 3 draft pick in the NBA. So yes, he's got to be something good. But the part I really liked that cemented
you
it.
watched the tape.
Yes. Yeah. And he explains it to that other guy.
Look how confident he is.
Dude, that is fucking huge for me. Even though I watched Michael Jordan play, I watched all 6 of those championships.
You know what's funny is I think you can.
That's what there was to do.
If you go back and you watch Brady's first Super Bowl,
I don't know.
Excuse me.
Who was that against?
The greatest show on turf, Kurt Warner.
Oh, they won. Or
they won the year before. The Rams did, and they were going to try and
right.
Everybody thought they were going to repeat.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see it in that first Super Bowl he won. They had to drive down the field, kick the field goal.
Mm.
And it was tie game, but it didn't seem like there is something to that. I think there are some athletes that are just clutch and want the ball in their hands, and it is kind of, it's always fun when movies do that, when they have that aha moment of like, look at this, like.
And that's why I'm saying, like, don't look at it as they thought Jordan was the greatest thing ever. Like, I don't remember hearing about Michael Jordan until
He finally won one?
No, it was, I believe, I knew of him before that. And he was a star, clearly, in the league, but since he hadn't won a championship...
Well, people forget how long it took him to win his first championship.
7 years, I think.
Because he had been getting eliminated in the first round.
Well, he had to get past the fucking Pistons for like 4 years
and
in
then
a
he finally got
row.
Scottie.
Finally
then
got,
he got Scottie Pippen.
Yes,
and then,
finally, yeah.
But anyway,
good
stuff. Good stuff.
Great movie, and I think that's why... I think that's what makes the movie so successful is they describe to you why... I need to see somebody who knows sports and knows that sport and knows players and knows how to scout. I want to see in a movie, I want to see that guy explain to me why he thinks that player's good. I know Michael Jordan's probably the GOAT. Yeah, there's arguments to be made, whatever. But I know he is, right? Because I've watched him play and we know this. But I want to know the guy who tried to sign him to Nike, why did he want to try to sign him so bad? Because of that tape? That's fucking... That's the kind of shit that makes movies like that good.
That just...
I'll eat your ass.
That just eats my ass. You know,
Yes!
you know who would do that?
Tiki Watiti.
And I'm sorry I kind of took over one of your long boxes.
I'll drink your blood.
That's what he says in Renfield. He looks at him and he's shaking.
So
and
my
he goes,
long box.
Listen here, Renfield.
I'll drink your blood.
So my long box is a show.
Don't talk. I was just trying to interrupt your long box since you interrupted mine.
So there's a character actor named Aidan Gillen. I don't know if he's related to Karen Gillan. I know he's British. Karen is the.
I'm not gonna look it up.
I don't want you to. But
Fuck you.
she's Nebula.
Karen Gillian.
Yeah, Gillen.
Gillian.
Gillen.
You don't know her. You're getting offended like you know her personally.
There's no I in her.
It's Gillian's Island. Anyway. Anyway.
Okay. But he was in The Wire. And Game of Thrones. He's been in a lot of stuff, actually. You've probably seen him in something. But him and Neil McDonough, they were in this show that the History Channel produced, which all sorts of cable companies back in like 10 years ago were trying to produce their own original, TV shows.
They also did a Kevin Costner TV movie, Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah,
History Channel.
Shit.
I'm just saying they did
I don't
it.
give a shit.
Okay.
The only great show that History Channel did was that show with R. Lee Ermey where he explained about weapons.
Yeah.
That show was the
Yes,
best.
you son of a maggot.
He's also in Apocalypse Now.
He's
R. Lee Ermey.
He was in every fucking military movie at one point.
He was a technical consultant.
'cause
Until
he was in the military.
until Full Metal Jacket, he was just that. Maybe a bit part here and there. But that cemented him as an actor.
Have you seen the movie Saving Silverman?
He's pretty good at that. He's great in Seven. This when he's in Somerset and Mill's office and the phone rings. This is not even my phone. Hangs it up. No, but it's called Project Blue Book, and I watched 1.5 episodes so far because I've got a lot going on with albums and things like that.
Oh, fucking, you're cool. Oh, you just need a look on the face. I'm sorry, I'm antagonistic.
Yeah, you're a dick, and
yeah, you're a dick.
yeah, you're a dick. No, but here's the thing. Do you remember we watched a trailer before we did the podcast on Netflix called Black Knight, and one of the things, it looked interesting, but then you see that they kind of scrimp a little bit on the special effects, like they're a little.
I think you guys are too harsh on it. But I'm listening. What? It's like you make a point and then you get really mad when I don't agree with it.
Cause fuck you.
Don't have a difference of opinion.
God damn it. No, but there's
You felt like they went a little cheap with it.
well, a little bit, and then the first show, there's a scene where his character, Aidan Gillen's character, goes up to the plane that was allegedly in a dogfight with an alien craft, and he starts walking, and this guy's like, "You can't come in here. There's radiation." He's like, "Well, what kind of radiation? Is it the kind that doesn't run?" And he does this whole it's one of those first episode moments where the character shows how great this character is and how
knowledgeable of this world
or whatever,
Yeah.
or he just turns it around. You know what I mean? And there's that moment, and it's like seeing that.
Wow.
It's just kind of overwrought a little bit.
You don't feel that with this show?
I won't say that this show. Shut up. I won't say.
What?
I won't say that Project Blue Book is not good. I definitely. I still haven't really got into it too much. But it's an interesting story to me about these guys that were supposed to. The idea is, back in the day, Project Blue Book was supposed to be the government's office, whatever the fuck you want to call it, entity that dealt with UFO sightings. Because right after War of the Worlds and up through today, they what do you do if you see a UFO? Do you call the cops? And Project Blue Book was the government's way of saying, hey, we got you. You see an alien, you call us, and we'll investigate, right? So not only was it there to take the heat off of other, things like the cops or the firemen or politicians, whatever, but they show it in the first episode that they're trying to get the doctor to come on board. And he's like, I got all this other shit, and he's like, well, we want you to. They couch it to him like this: we want you to help us disprove to the American people that there are aliens. We want you to help us tell them, no, there are no UFOs. And that's interesting because you didn't really know that growing up with Project Blue Book like I did and knowing of it. You didn't really know that the whole point of the project was to eliminate UFO sightings and basically tell people, no, you're wrong. Instead of helping them, maybe they're having hallucinations. You know what I mean? So it's interesting that way. But it's definitely worth a watch. It's free on Roku channel, and I think it's 1 season or 2 seasons. But I'm going to keep watching it. We'll see what happens.
What?
That's it. I'm done. I don't want to do the show anymore. Fuck it, man.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here, man.
Oh, Tyler, come on. Stop. He's breaking other things in the studio. Oh, Tyler. Come on, man, just leave. Hey. I said, hey. That
Why
was
you breaking
expensive.
shit?
Hey, don't grab that.
Stop doing that. Don't toss that out the window.
We should just scat to end shows.
Oh, scat singing. I thought you wanted us to
Like
take a
shit?
shit. Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.